Hey guys, I feel like it's been forever since I shot one of these videos. It was the end of October. So if you're looking for the November 2021 budget review, that didn't happen. And there was no budget with me for December. So here we are, the December 2021. I'm filming early in the morning hours of January 10th, 2022. So let's take a look. This is going to be way different than any one of these that I have filmed before, uh, partly because I didn't make a budget for December, and I'll keep referring back to that here as we go. So some stuff may be over or under budget, but I didn't actually set a budget for December. So it's referring back to November's budget that I actually went over. So let's just start here. First of all, let's look at income. And you see here $9 in delivery income. That is DoorDash, and I actually did that the last week in November, and it just got paid out in December. I didn't do any DoorDash in December, partly because I've been having some issues with the car, and partly because most of December was me moving, and then there was Christmas, which I came home for, and then New Year's, which I came home for. So really just been kind of all over the place. Paycheck, you'll see $1,300, and I had budgeted zero because remember, this is November's budget. So the $300 of this $1,300 is actually a one-time payment that I was supposed to get on November 30th, but they were late paying it, so it went into December. And then the $1,000 is paid to me on the last day of the month. You'll see why that's kind of an issue here in a bit later when you see I go over budget for some things, and I'll explain that. But basically, very beginning of December, I got $300, and then the very end of December, I got $1,000. So didn't get to use that in December. That rolled over into January. But then referral income, I'm not sure why it shows that green bar there because there was no referral income at all. Other income, $2. There is a milk company around here where when you get milk at the grocery store, you have to pay a bottle deposit, and then I just returned that bottle as part of me moving, and that got $2 back there. I wasn't sure if I should put bottle deposit as income or if I should do it as like a credit of $2 toward the grocery budget. Interest income, $1. That's for all of my combined savings accounts. And then Nielsen, I did a study for them a while ago, and then they mailed me a $10 bill. A reimbursement here is actually $3.50. This is when I paid my rent, I had to pull cash out of the ATM to pay my rent. And when I did that, I had to pay an ATM fee. But I get reimbursed by the bank for ATM fees. So $3.50 for the ATM fee, and then I was reimbursed $3.50. And I just put it on here as a reimbursement rather than like canceling out the two transactions. Okay, so car insurance is right on, and I believe this went down again. I just noticed that it's 40 some dollars, so I might have to adjust the next budget that we make for that. And then look here at gas, $518 out of $200. And when I reviewed this budget, I was like, what the hell? There's no way that's right. But I looked through it, and it is. It's completely right. I went over the budget by more than double. And here's how I think this happened. Number one, I made sure that the gas for the U-Haul was on moving expenses and not included in this $518. And that is correct. So this is just gas for my car. What I think happened is I took one. That's always about a full tank of gas every trip there. Now, on top of that, I had to take 3 or 4 trips to Morgantown and back in the process of moving stuff between the old apartment and the new apartment. And then I did my normal amount of driving as well. Plus, after I moved, I had to take 2 additional trips on Christmas and then on New Year's from Morgantown to my hometown, which is a little over 2 hours each way. So we'll say 4 hours and a half for each of one of those trips. So that was like a tank of gas for each one of those too. So a lot of driving in December. Now the electric here, you see it was $93, and the budget here of $47 was actually on there from November, the last time I made a budget. But 93 is accurate, and the reason for that is sometime in October or November, I got a little electric heater out of my storage unit that had been in there since at least 2007 and never been used. But I had to use it because you guys know my old apartment was so damn cold all the time. I would just wake up shivering, and it was my last month there, and I was just like, screw it. It's my last month paying the electric bill. I don't care how much this thing runs it up. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to be warm. So that's what that is and why it increased so much over the month before. Internet is pretty much right on. For some reason, it was $1 more, but that stayed the same month to month. And then mobile phone, you will see that it went up to 104. I think it's actually 103, but the reason that it went up is you remember a few months ago I got the new phone and I financed it, so it's like a $30-some per month payment that is added to the phone bill every month. So when we make the budget for January, we'll just have to update that. Student loan stayed the same, and that was paid right on. And then let's tackle gifts. Well, yeah, let's tackle gifts first because that one's easy. First week of December, friend of mine was waiting to get her first paycheck, so I sent her $25 so she could get food. And then back up here to fast food, groceries, and restaurants. Let's see what's going on here because this is different than normal. Way over on fast food, way over on restaurants. And unfortunately, like, that is accurate. I checked into that, and that is actually what I spent. Keep in mind, I traveled a lot this month, and a lot when I was traveling, I didn't have a choice but to eat out. So that's part of it. Part of it also is my Christmas dinner is included in this. My mom's part of what I got her is included in stuff for mom down below. But the reason groceries is only $60, that is accurate. If you guys watched my December 2021 live stream, you find out I am on food stamps now. So I think that I had bought some groceries before I got access to that. And I'll still probably have some food expenses, but from now on, this is going to be pretty low. So that is one way that is going to, save some money. And I'm kind of debating whether to make a video about why I got the state medical card and food stamps. But a lot of people are like very opposed to that for any reason. So I might not make a video about it because I just don't want to attract a lot of hate. I did not go to the doctor in December. And mortgage and rent. Okay, so the reason my rent looks weird here is my rent is $500 a month. Again, this is the budget numbers for November since I didn't set one for December. And then that's why it's $323. It's basically prorated. I stayed in my apartment until December 20th. So what I did is paid a prorated amount. I have a rent of $500 a month, and I paid 500 divided by the 31 days in the month times 20, which I think ends up being 323 or 322.50, something like that. So yeah, it was 322.50, and I did pay only that amount for rent in December. That's why it looks so under budget here. And then you see I did not pay my storage, and that is correct. When I set up above that, like, the dates of my payments are weird, this is what I wanted to explain. So I did not pay my storage rent. It's due on the 29th of the month, and I didn't pay it in December because from the 15th of the month to the 31st of the month, I put everything on the credit card, which you're going to see here when you see that my debt's increased. But the reason for that was not intentional. It was because I thought that I was getting paid on the 15th. When I worked at this job, when I was supposed to go to Raleigh, and they paid me for August, I was paid on August 15th. And I was supposed to be paid on the 15th of every month, and that's what my contract said. My new contract says I'm paid on the last day of the month. And I'm not sure why that changed, and I wasn't aware that it changed. I mean, maybe I should have been. It's in my contract, but I don't know why it would be different, but it is different. So I was expecting to get paid on the 15th and didn't get paid until the 31st. So I needed actual money in my account. I couldn't put it on a credit card to get a money order to pay the storage unit. So I did pay that this month, meaning this month I'm filming it, January of 2022, and I did have to pay a $20 late fee. But that is why it doesn't show up here. There were no business expenses, and I didn't have to do laundry. I did buy some clothes, and what I bought was a pair of shorts and a dry fit shirt. I've been going to the gym. All of my stuff is old, and the shorts were very needed because the pair I've been running in has no crotch in them. So I got that, and I'll probably continue getting one or two items throughout every month just because I am running low on a lot of stuff. And I've also lost a lot of weight, so jeans and stuff like that, I'm going to have to start getting some smaller sizes. And then you see here stuff for mom. So normally it would just be $65 for her storage, and I did pay the $65. But I also had to pay $9 and something, I believe it was, or maybe it was $6 and something for her portion of Christmas dinner. The only place open was IHOP, so I ordered curbside for that. And then she also had me buy her a 24-pack of Coke, which was $9 and something. So that's where all of this comes in. And then we get to everything else, which is $14.17. First thing you see there is movies and DVDs. That is accurate. I had not been to a movie since September, and once I got up here, there were a bunch of them I needed to catch up on. So I did see 2 movies in theaters here. I saw The King's Man and the new Ghostbusters. So that ATM fee that was reimbursed up above, that's here. So it was $3.50. It just rounds it to $4. Finance charge is the amount of interest that was charged on the 2 of my credit cards combined. And then the service fee was for the money order that I used to pay the storage unit. Food and dining for $13. That is MTO at Sheetz, which is food, but it doesn't really count as fast food or restaurants. It's like made to order food at the gas station. And then $187 for snacks. I think this might actually be the highest this has ever been, but I did look it over and it is accurate because of all of that traveling around. That was so many more stops at convenience stores for snacks than I normally do. The gym for $22. This is accurate. So I didn't end up making a November budget review, but I did have a $10 charge for a day pass at the gym in November. But that would have been the first time you guys have seen a gym charge, probably ever. $22 though is going to be a monthly fee, which we'll have to set up a budget for in the January 2022 budget with me. But $22 a month, I'm going to Planet Fitness. That's the black card level. That is that amount. And then pharmacy, I am still sick. If you guys were on the live stream with me, I told you I've been sick since December 20th. Now I'm mostly better, but like not 100%. And I still have this weird sinus thing going on. And that's what that's for. That's Mucinex. And I don't know why that is so expensive, but I used a 40% off coupon on that, and it was still $19. And then home supplies. Home supplies are two things. I got a case of plastic or nylon gloves to use for cleaning, both for the old place and for the new place. And ever since COVID, nylon gloves are like ridiculously expensive. I think it was like $10 or something for that portion of it. And then the other part of it was getting two dowel rods, one of which I'm going to return because I didn't end up using it. But what I did is made a makeshift closet in my storage unit for hanging clothes that I wasn't bringing to Morgantown. So that's what that's for. And then moving expenses, this was the U-Haul itself, the gas for the U-Haul, cleaning supplies for the old apartment, and then a shower curtain and shower curtain rings for the new apartment. So that's, again, another big expense that I had this month that's like just a one-time thing. And then renter's insurance was $8. That is also the last month of that. Work expenses, $456. So in this role that I'm currently in, they don't have a good system worked out of how exactly to get stuff done because I don't have a corporate card. So I actually have been paying for things up front and then going for reimbursement. And this is two things. It's 2 nights in a hotel because some stuff happened here at the house where I couldn't actually stay in the house for 2 nights. The first 2 nights I was here. So I'm getting reimbursed for those 2 nights. And then we had to call the plumber, and I had to pay for that up front. So that $456 will be getting reimbursed to me. And you'll probably see that in the January budget review. But when that gets reimbursed, that'll just go to pay that amount off on the credit card because I put it on the credit card. So that'll zero out. And then personal care, it was razor blades, toothpaste, and deodorant. And then hair at $80. This is the last time I'm getting my hair done in Columbus because I've moved now, so it'll probably be less from now on. But this is a haircut plus a $5 tip for one person, and then eyebrow wax plus a $5 tip for another person. And on the eyebrow front, generally during the winter, they don't grow very fast, and I can kind of keep up with them myself. Whereas during the summer, they just go crazy, and I lose control of them and have to get them done every month. But I probably should be good until spring and not have to get those done now. And then electronics and software, it's not the greatest way to categorize this, but I wasn't sure where else to put it. But that is, I had to buy some AA batteries for a flashlight. And I don't know why the credit card payment shows -25. You guys know from previous months, just sometimes it shows it as a negative payment. And then hotel for $96. This is accurate. I have been actually staying at hotels, but I have a lot of rewards points built up, and I've been using the rewards points to stay for free. I did have a bunch of rewards points with Hilton, but I didn't have enough to pay for a room, so I paid partly with points and then partly on my card. But then there was also the day I stayed for Christmas, which was at a hotel that I usually stay at here in town, or at least I did when I was in Columbus. And then that ended up being that much after a lot of taxes. So when we do the January budget with me, I'm going to explain the plan for how I'm going to make this work with having to pay for a hotel room every week to travel back to work on the issues that I have here while I'm living 2.5 hours away. But I think I've got it worked out, and I think you guys will agree that I'll be able to cover the expenses of that. And then the last thing here is uncategorized. Now, what's going on here is that normally you guys know I'm pretty good about categorizing everything, and I usually keep the receipts for everything. But I just moved, and God only knows where these receipts are packed up at. I've done my best, but there's a few things here that are still uncategorized. So I'm just going to show you what they are, and then I'll tell you what I think they are, but I'm not sure. And if at any point in the future, when I am unpacking things, I find these receipts, then, well, I'll go back and fix it. So, Speedway. That's probably snacks, but I'm not sure. And then one of these Walmart transactions is 2 quarts of oil for the car, but I'm not sure which, and I don't know what the other one is. BP is probably snacks, and Sheets is almost certainly gas because it's that even amount, but I'm just not certain of it. And I don't have the receipt to show that. So I just wanted to be transparent with you guys. Hopefully I'll find those receipts eventually and I can fix that. That being said, let's switch over to spending monthly. All right, so we are looking at this, and it does say last month because I'm filming this in January. We're talking about December. But as you can see here, 98% of my income comes from my paycheck from my job. And then the other is 25.48 or 2%. We'll break this down here. $10 from Nielsen, $9 from DoorDash, $3.50 for that ATM fee reimbursement, $2 for the bottle deposit return, and then 98 cents for interest paid. And let's head over to the net worth. Okay, so we're going to zoom in here. And, whoa, okay. All right, so you can ignore this last one here because this is January. We're looking at December, and this is November. So you can see between November and December, the debts went up a noticeable amount. But if you're looking at the net worth here, which is the black dots, it's really about the same. Let's zoom out here. We'll look at the actual numbers. All right, so we're going to be looking at the numbers right here for December 2021. And one thing you're going to notice here that's a little strange is despite me not getting paid until the last day and having to put everything on the credit card, my assets actually increased. And I know when I did the October budget review, somebody also noticed that my assets increased over September. And they asked in the comments why that was, like what asset I had that increased. And when I made the video, I didn't even really notice that. And when they asked, I didn't really know the answer. But now I do. So basically what's going on is that the value of my car is increasing, despite the fact that I'm putting more miles on it and put a ton of miles on it in December with all that driving. My car is increasing in value. The way Mint works is it's linked with Kelley Blue Book. So at the end of the month, I just put in the mileage and it updates the value of the car based on the condition and mileage. The reason that it's going up when in any other time it would go down with more miles is if you've ever looked at buying a used car or even a new car lately within the last year or so, the price has gone up ridiculously. When I bought my car back in 2017, it was 5 years old and I paid $13,000 for it. A 5-year-old car of the same model of what I have now is more than double that. It's at least $30,000 to buy a 5-year-old same model car of what I have now. Car prices are ridiculous right now, and that is what's going up. So that is why my assets are increasing. The other thing here is that obviously the debts increased as well. But the assets increased $1,431, But then the debts increased $1,456.66. So it basically evened each other out with a difference of $25.35. So if we're to look here, Mint calculated the net worth for the end of December is negative $154,817.96. However, as you guys know, Mint doesn't include a couple of the accounts that I have, and it also is a little slow on updating a couple of them as well, so they're not always accurate at the end of the month. So let's add those in. I have one of my investment accounts that was 11 cents off. My checking account actually had $103.14 less in it than it said here. My crypto wallet had $26.11 more in it than it shows here. One of my other investment accounts had 26 cents more than showed here. And when we add all of that in, that gives me a final corrected net worth for the end of 2021 and also for the month of December 2021 of negative $154,894.84. That is a decrease over October 2021, which is the last time that we had a budget review to compare it to, but it's a decrease of $5,470.14. Now, that is a lot, and that means, on average, it's been $2,700 per month that I've been losing. But when you think about November and I had no income, and you think about December, and really my only income was $300 until the very last day when I got that $1,000 in there, that kind of makes sense that I still had my apartment and all that overhead that I was paying for, but no income, why this would go down so much. So that's why I'm looking forward to shooting the January 2022 budget with me, because now circumstances have changed and I don't have rent and I don't have utilities, and I also now am making some money. So I am going to be in a better place where we'll have to see what it looks like once we get the budget made, but I should be in a place to at least stop losing money, if not start to, accumulate some money once again. So anyway, guys, I'm also going to film that video tonight. And since I'm filming this the same night as this video, then they should be up fairly soon for you within the next couple of days or so. Also, look out for my 2021 financial goals review, and then we'll do a 2022 financial goal setting video as well. And we'll see how it goes in January and how much else I can get out for you, but we'll at least have that. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you guys will bear with me this year while I get settled into this new apartment, new way of living, until I figure out how exactly to best budget out and block out some time to get these videos made and get you stuff more interesting stuff like the story times and stuff up there rather than just financial stuff. So I'm going to work on that this year and really try to produce some more content. And we'll talk about that more in the goal setting video as well. So I will get these videos up for you, and then I will see you guys at the end of the month for our live stream.